Hey everyone, welcome back to Imagination Tech. My name is Jeff, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Runcam Robin. Now, the Runcam Robin boasts a wide input voltage from 5 volts to 36 volts. So whether you have a 2S quad or a 6S quad, the Runcam Robin can take any voltage, any direct LiPo voltage you throw at it. And it also boasts a wide dynamic range that is better than the Eagle. I think that's I think they mean the Eagle 1, probably not the Eagle 2. And it also has a better latency than the Runcam Swift at 6 milliseconds. So anyway, let's just go ahead and unbox this thing and see how it performs. So here's the Runcam Robin, and it's packaged pretty much like any other Runcam camera. And here on the sides you can see the specs. It takes 5 to 36 volts, and it has a 2.1mm lens. Anyway, let's just go ahead and open this box. Let's just cut it with my nails. All right. All right. It's a good thing I still have a little bit of fingernails. So as usual, we get a manual with this, or at least it's it's not a manual, it's a card. And we get the Runcam Robin. Again, it's a nice little micro or nano FPV sized camera. Let me just focus that camera on there. All right, so the Runcam Robin is a nice micro or nano size camera. I forget the distinction if this is a nano size. It has a nice little 2.1mm lens. That's going to be pretty good, and it's really light. Let's put that on the scale in a little bit. So it also comes with a set of wires, some screws, and it also comes with a 3-hole adapter. So if you want to mount it on your 5-inch quad or on a bigger frame, then that's also possible. So let's go ahead and put this on to our scale. So here we have our scale. Let's just let that calibrate for a second, and the numbers isn't showing up on screen, so we'll just move it into the light. All right. So yeah, here we have our Runcam Nano. Let's just take off the caps because this is what you're going to be concerned with without the cap. So it's 5.5 grams without the cap. And let's just put some of these in. If you're going to be putting it onto your 5-inch, then you are going to need also to put in your adapter. Actually, just put it all in. So all in all, it's about 10.9 grams, maybe less 1 gram for the plastic and for some of the screws. But yeah, overall this is a 5.5. Wow. All right, so it's around 5.5 grams. Just to make sure, let's just tear it off again. So this is 5.5 gram camera, so it's very, very light, and with the adapter and the wires, that's gonna give you another 4 grams maybe. Comparing it with something like this is the TBS Micro CMOS FPV camera. So both of them are micro cameras, and both of them are CMOS cameras. But this one boasts that it has wide dynamic range better than a Runcam Eagle. So this one is from TBS. You can buy this from the TBS store, and it weighs just 0.5 grams heavier than this Runcam. But actually, this actually is made by Runcam also. So, at least if you have an option. But we can compare the performance of this Runcam Robin with maybe something like this. So at least we have a head-to-head on these two very similar looking cameras and see how similar their performance is as well. All right, so let's just put this on our test rig, and then let's show you some DVR. Let's go over the OSD menu, which you can access by clicking the center button. And I really like the layout of the menu, and from the menu you can choose options for your wide dynamic range. You can set your white balance, and you can pretty much set this to any color temperature depending on where you're flying at. And I just would like to set it in auto. And next is the D and N, which we'll touch on a little bit later. And we have the function menu where you have your brightness, contrast, and some people say that it's better to lower the sharpness on the Runcam Eagle and here as well as the Runcam Robin. And you have the mirror where you can flip it horizontally, vertically, or both horizontal and vertically. Now you have an engineer setup, which I think it's basically just an advanced settings menu. I'm not really sure what some of these settings do, but so I'm just gonna leave them as is, and that's pretty much it. So let's touch about the DNN menu a little bit more. This is the day and night, and you can set it between. You can fix your Runcam Robin to just color and black and white, so it doesn't switch, because depending on the brightness level, it switches between color and black and white, because it's a little bit more sensitive when it's in black and white mode. But here I have set it to auto, and I'm just gonna flick the switch off. You can see from my ref that it's still colored red, even though the lights are completely turned off and there's only the monitor. Now when you switch to smart mode, it tends to go it tends to favor the black and white mode a little bit more than auto. So I'm not really sure how to fix these settings. So here, as you can see, I turn on the lights, but it's still on in black and white mode. So I think it depends on the D to N level and the N to D level, which is, you know, day to night and night to day. But I'm not sure about those settings. I'm just gonna leave them as is. So there we have it for our OSD menu. Now let's go on out, and this is a side-by-side comparison between the TBS Micro on the left and the Runcam Robin on the right. So as you can see, both are showing really nice colors, but the Runcam Robin shines really when switching between light and dark areas. So as you can see, the TBS Micro, it's taking its time switching the exposure, but with the Runcam Robin, you practically can't see any lag at all. So here's a shot at dusk, and you can still see that there's a little bit of color left in the sky. It's a nice dark blue, and although the image is noisy, the images overall is quite bright, and you can definitely make out you can definitely fly your quad in this situation, even though this rooftop was a bit dark. Now you're not supposed to be flying at night, but for example, you're flying long range and it suddenly gets dark, then this might give you a little bit more time, more brightness, to get your quad or your fixed wing or your airplane back into safety. The Runcam Eagle was one of my favorite FPV cameras because of its wide dynamic range, and overall it had a really nice picture quality to it. So having all of those features and then some in this micro FPV camera, and at just 5.5 grams and at only $22, I think the Runcam Robin has everything going for it. I really like this FPV camera, and you know, whether you're putting this in your main quad or making a budget build around it, then I think this is a really great camera. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, make sure you click on that like button, and also make sure to subscribe, because that really helps me a lot and I really do appreciate it. Anyway, that has been it for this quick overview of the Runcam Robin. As always, keep building and keep flying. I'm so